The World's Strongest Man is the title given to the winner of the annual World's Strongest Man competition, where the top 25 best strongmen in the world are invited to compete. It is the most prestigious event you can win in the sport of strongman, where the winner represents the athlete with the most elite, well-rounded, functional strength in the world. Some of the strongest men in the history of mankind have held this title, from the most famous like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, and Thor, all the way to the most recent winner this year, Mitchell Hooper. But how do the strongest men of all time stack up against everyone's favorite arm wrestler, Devon Larratt? Ever since we were kids, we would arm wrestle each other as the quickest way to assert physical dominance over one another. In any other category of strength, Devon would get absolutely crushed by these men. But in arm wrestling specifically, it's the exact opposite. In this video, we go over every time Devon Larratt toyed with the world's strongest men on the arm wrestling table. The first time we ever saw Devon go up against a World's Strongest Man winner is also probably the most viral showcase of his strength. This happened back in 2015 against Thor, the Mountain, at a fan meetup exhibition. For your information, Thor won the World's Strongest Man title in 2018. You'll also know about this clip if you watched my last video. Devon starts by just calmly holding Thor in a palm-up position, while giving Thor the better higher grip and allowing Thor to press into him. Then we see Devon slowly apply his pronation and back pressure, and he begins to open up Thor's hand. Before Devon goes for the pin, he tells Thor to look at his hand so he doesn't break his arm. What a good guy. The second time he faced off with Thor was in 2025 at the FIBO Arabia event, and this time, at least in this clip, Devon does not attack at all, letting Thor try everything from a top roll to a press. Devon even does a little acting at the end, tensing up his face as Thor dives in on a press. It's crazy that they met again when they're both much older, but both are also the strongest they've ever been, with Devon being 300 pounds and Thor holding the conventional deadlift world record. The second famous strongman we see Devon go against is none other than all the haters' favorite punching bag recently, Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw won the WSM title 4 times back in 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2016. In 2024, we see Devon actually give some resistance to Brian for the first time in one of their training sessions in this clip from Brian's video. And although Brian is an actual aspiring arm wrestler and much better than Thor, we see Devon basically doing the same thing to Brian, giving Brian the best grip possible. See how high Brian's hand is as he constantly climbs? Credit to Brian, he's doing the right thing. You can see Brian dragging back, trying to apply back pressure for a top roll, but Devon just holds him in a palm-up position containing the pressure like it's nothing, showing no signs of struggle in his facial expression. I feel like if Brian went for a quick press in that position, he could have put up a better fight, but maybe they're just working on top rolling. In the end, he pats Brian on the back like he's the older brother, as if to say, "Good try, buddy. Better luck next time." The third famous strongman we see Devon kind of go up against is in a backstage practice session with Eddie, the Beast Hall, in 2025 at the East vs. West 19 event. For your information, Eddie won the World's Strongest Man back in 2017. He is also famous for being the first person ever to deadlift 500 kilograms conventionally. At the start of their training, Devon is just going through the technique of a posting top roll with Eddie and basically not providing any resistance at all. But once Eddie asked for some resistance, or in his words, a little bit of trouble,
okay, give us some trouble then.
Devon locked in and easily stopped Eddie inches above the pad. The wildest part is even while Eddie is surging with full force, redlining. And as we went over before, we know how explosive Eddie is, Devon is still showing no sign of struggle. He calmly gives encouragement and tells Eddie how to pin him. This shit is crazy. Last but not least, we have Devon on the table with the most recent WSM winner in 2026, Mitchell the Moose Hooper. Mitchell, although not being as traditionally strong or even as famous as the 3 previously mentioned strongmen, might probably end up achieving even more than the other 3 in his strongman career when it's all said and done, considering how consistent he is and how many accolades he's already won at such a young age. Let me show you how many more major strongman titles Mitchell already has won compared to the other greats, and he is still only 30 years old. Anyways, back to arm wrestling. So throughout the entire session, you don't ever really see Devon and Mitchell going at it with intensity. It was more of just a strict lesson in arm wrestling technique by Devon, but listen to what Mitchell says here regarding how strong he felt Devon was on the table.
I did notice one thing though. Whenever he wanted to turn his wrist, or wanted to stop me, or wanted to show me something, it was like a concrete wall. It was near impossible to do something that he didn't want me to do.
So I think we all know how it would have gone down even if Mitchell actually tried to beat Devon. So that is every time Devon Larratt got on the table with a World's Strongest Man winner. Did it go how you expected? Let me know down below in the comments. For those of us who follow arm wrestling, I'm sure you already knew, but maybe the results surprised some of the more casual fans. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I'll make sure to pick up the pace once I get more used to my new job. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that notification bell too. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!